What's that lurking in the woods? Is it a bear pulling its pud? Oh no, it's Nobby on the prowl again. Scratching his back against a tree, then digs a ditch and bends both knees to squat above it.
Howdy heartthrobs, another day, another review. Today we're taking a look at the Nightcat hammock tent tarp type thing. I just realised that I shouldn't have done that because I've still got buggered ribs. I'm going to do a quick time lapse of me setting it up. We'll have a walkthrough, talk through. I've just used this on a 4-day bikepacking trip and another bikepacking trip, and I've got to say, in one of the configurations, which is a tent type configuration, it actually performed really bleeding well. I'm going to set it up now, and then we'll have a walk round, have a look at it, see what you think.
Nobby, 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 pop man and pop beast, a cook a roadkill feast for you. Nobby, 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 you can find him in the woods, gotta wonder what he's up to. He'd admit he looks a state, surprised a hammock takes that weight. Yeah, he's no oil painting, that's for sure. And he don't suffer fools at all, he's got a friend with just one ball. Deep down we know he loves us all, but we never let it show. Nobby, 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 pop man and pop beast, to cook a roadkill feast for you. Nobby, 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 you can find him in the woods, gotta wonder what he's up to.
Let's have a little look at what you get. First things first, you get a couple of daisy chains that just wrap around the trees like any daisy chains do. I've selected trees that aren't quite wide enough apart to get the perfectly taut tent, but it's doing the job. So, daisy chains come down, and then you clip onto the first daisy chain with the exterior of the fly. A little bit further down, you clip the actual hammock into place. Very simple. There's a tie up top there, which I will show you when I open it, and much the same the other side with a couple of poppers underneath. That's what it's like in hammock mode with the tarp on. I'll now unzip her and show you what it's like. So as you can see, you've got a 4000 millimeter hydrostatic head, green covering. They do different colors. They do DPM, a darker green, etc, etc, and an orange, I think. It goes just shy of 3 meters that way. I think it's 2.85 and 1.4 widthways. Does feel bigger because it's opened out. One downside to it is that bloody cat. You are camping with an anime character on, but you can cover it over. Inside you have an internal bug net which zips right the way around and up. Another gripe I have with it is you only get one tie out to roll things up. So if you just wanted to roll one thing up and then undo the other, little bit of a faff. Nothing major, but it is a little thing. You have a couple of bungees down here just to stop it from keep flipping over. One that side, one that side. It does come with 2 pegs. What I will do, I'll get inside and show you what sort of room it gives you. My personal experience with hammocks, it's not long enough, but it does surprisingly give you a rather comfortable lie. It is very stretchy when you get in it. So that, although it looks high, I will not be far off of the deck when I sit in that. I'll take you inside and show you what it looks like from inside. So as you can see, I've got a reasonable amount of room. You've got to forgive me, my ribs are bleeding, killing me. Let me try and get into a diag lie. And the diag lie, although not perfect, I'd be able to sleep like this without a shadow of a doubt, and it will definitely be better than kipping on the floor. You do have air coming through. It's a stifling day at the moment, so not too much. Obviously you can keep the door open. You can take the poles out, flip it upside down and just have it as a normal hammock. And another thing you can do with this, which I will show you now, is turn it into a tent on the floor. I've yet to sleep in this overnight as a hammock, but it's really not that bad. It's quite comfortable in here. I'm surprised. So I will be taking it out for a night out before I give it back to Martin. Lovely job. Let's have a look at the tent. Right, so to turn it into a tent, all you've got to do is unclip them, peg it down at the carabiners. You can use the tree straps as well, so you can clip the carabiners onto the tree straps, pull one tight and only use one peg, or two separate pegs into the carabiners. I'll drop it down now, do a time lapse because, you know, you don't want to see too much of it. And then I'll show you a little hack I've come up with, because when it is lowered as a tent, you will soon see it is very, very, very low profile. So I'm going to show you how to raise that up. Right, so as you can see here, it works. It is very low profile. So although you can still get in it, just like a hoop bivvy, you're very, very, very close to the skin itself. Please forgive me. You're very, very close to the skin itself, which is going to make condensation a bit of an issue. Now, in order to get round this, what I've done, the elastics, which are on the edge, I've tied a loop halfway across and a second where the adjuster is, so I can hook it on the end of the poles, pull them tight, and that will make the poles rise up. I'll show you what I mean, and then I'll bring the camera in to actually show you how it works. So, that makes more sense. Right, so I'm going to hook that onto the bottom of that pole. Grab it if I can find it. Now hopefully you should be able to see the height difference that gives you. Now you could get around it just with a couple of bits of paracord, because you could make that tighter and make it up higher. A couple of bits of paracord that you carry separate. I've only tied it onto these because you bring them with you anyway. I'll go do the other side now. So then, just to show you, there's the loop that stops it from rocking and going upside down. I've tied one loop there, and I've got the tensioner, which I can also loop. So what I'll do, I'll make life a bit easier this time. I'll put the tensioner on that side, he says. I'll drag that around. Pull this one up. And pop it in. And immediately, forgive the sweat, hopefully you'll be able to see now how much higher that is. What I'll do is get in her so you can see the difference. So as you can see now, she's much more raised up. Oh, please forgive the noises, they're involuntary. So when you get in, you have got a much bigger room, so you don't get so much condensation. You can have it just as a mesh bivvy. You can put a tarp over it if you wish, or you can have it in this tent format. The guy that come on the bikepacking trip with me up here used this for 3 nights and another night when he came out. There was issues with condensation, but nothing got on his kit inside, and you know, 20 minutes airing off in the morning and it was dry again. The same as any hoop bivvy, you're going to get condensation with it being that close. Personally, I'd have slept with the door open and you wouldn't have had an issue. But tarp, bivvy, tent, hammock thing by Nightcat. I'll sling links and stuff in the bottom. I did do a different review on it. Apologies if this isn't a thorough review. It's very hard to put stuff up proper when you're damaged. So anyway, any questions, ask below. Yeah,